Thinking we both experts, but we're not. They politically correct, but we're not. They might put their facts on check, but we're not. Personal growth is our shit, but we're not. Gonna coach you up to this, cause we're not. They say they're leaders, they're free thinkers, but we're not. Geeking, never ever tweaking, but we're not. We stay laughing, but we're not. But we're not. Insert label here.
You can have all that BTS. What should we talk about? I think I have a good thing. I don't know. I mean, this is the type of like realm you like talking about, actually. Let's talk about States Open.
Okay, let's do it.
Good or not, the purpose of quarantine and our thoughts on that, because I do have some things to say.
Okay, fuck it.
And that's always relevant. And I know you want to talk about some stuff, especially since you just got back from your travels. I just got back from my travels.
Yeah, I'll say some shit.
All right, hold on. Oh. Yeah.
And we're back with another episode of But We're Not. I'm your host, Sunset Bari.
I'm Divisive Dirk today. I'm healthy again.
What you do, baby?
How's it going? I'm glad we're on video because now people can see how insane we actually try to dress up and all that shit. We were dressing up before we were even recording though.
Because one of us will be dressed up and then the other one will be like, oh, hell no. Nah.
I like why we dress up though, because it's not for any like fashion sense, even though that's there. We really enjoy feeling ourselves. I think it is.
It's just like, oh, he came in dripping. Like, it's like I'm gonna have to match, because that confidence you get when you look good, it really flows everywhere through.
It does.
Your body language, how you converse, all that sort of shit. So
it's good energy, and plus, like, on top of all that, like, I was just listening to somebody talking about this quote, which you talk about all the time. You're only the sum of like the 5 people you truly hang out with and spend your free time on. It's like you and I are always there's a shout out and a plug for Shane's song. This is a level up moment. You know what I mean? we need to talk about the music career on the side afterwards, and then the acting careers and all that, because we're not just podcasters.
No. But I feel like any person who limits themselves to one thing is only so interesting.
You're betting against yourself. Like, why limit? Why pigeonhole yourself?
Now I understand the idea of specification.
Yeah.
Where it's like the 4 burners theory.
Yeah.
It's like to really be great at something.
Educate us. Mm-hmm.
So the 4 burners theory is the idea that if you have 4 central things you could put your time and energy into, for the average person, they tend to be family and friends on one burner, your career on another burner, your health on another burner, and your overall happiness on another burner. And so ideally they say you want to be balanced and you only have 100% to allocate to each of the 4. So it's like how you tend to allocate the things will determine your outcome. Now they say the people that are really successful, say in their career, they might allocate like 75% of all the gas they have for all burners to that one career burner, and then have to split the remaining 25% between the other 3 burners. So that's kind of like the idea behind it. It's said that normally people that are really successful in one area kind of do have that sort of lopsidedness, but even so, with a lopsided burn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the unbalanced burner, there still needs to be a place for that other shit to come in. Because if you're just 95% one burner, I mean, that's cool, but it's kind of you know what I'm saying? You'll be unfulfilled.
What's the reason behind that, and where does that fulfillment come from? And I was actually just watching a video, man, we're insane, on neurogenesis, and it was talking about how neurogenesis actually, for those of you who don't know, you don't stop making brain cells once you become an adult. That's very mundane and outdated ways of thinking. So neurogenesis is the idea that you can continue to produce brain cells, but neurogenesis comes through novelty. amongst all things. And what you're just talking about there is very important, because if you're not constantly doing something that you're not doing all the time and daily, your fulfillment and your life purpose is ultimately just going to kill you and dumb you down if you just focus on one thing. And now I do agree that success does come from that, but I feel like you and I aren't trying to focus on success as much as living a fulfilling life. Not purposeful, right. Not happiness, not anger, not all these things.
And you know what that is? It's how we define success.
Exactly, at the end of the day.
Because we're defining success not just based on a career. Because I would say the utmost success is just being happy and satisfied every day. You know
I like the satisfaction on that, and that actually brings us into what I wanted to talk about today, because I feel like there's this monopoly now on satisfaction. Oh my goodness. Satisfaction and fulfillment because of the ability to be able to do something in this climate of things. And I specifically mean in COVID. Now we are listening to people and going under quarantine and everything. But how is it that we, the people, the masses, go under quarantine and aren't allowed to do what we normally and want to do? And the people making the rules are allowed to do that still. Yeah. Like, we have LeBron James and these people saying, oh, do this and that. You guys are millionaires, still performing, still working your job, still getting paid, still getting money, and telling us to just hold on a little longer. That to me doesn't sit right.
Yeah. It's definitely a big no-no for anyone who's like thinking at all. They're like, wait, hold on.
I'm not allowed to do anything, but you can?
But that's exactly what happens when you trade liberty for security. And you see that people
say that again. That's very important that you said that.
That's exactly what happens when you trade liberty for security. Because people are so afraid that they're telling people, tell me what to do so I'll be safe. So they're saying, I don't want to be in control of what I should do. I think you should tell me what to do so that I will be safe. And then in doing that limits them from what I would say is a fulfilling life for most. Because you've seen suicide rates go up, depression go up. You see,
even though they're trying to say that's not true, but there is a direct correlation.
And I bet simping is through the roof. I bet motherfuckers out here simping like crazy. You know?
Well, you're living your life through a screen now more than ever, yet that screen generates money, like we were talking about on the last podcast. What is the purpose of this thing? So if this screen wasn't a money-hungry business, then I can say, okay, yeah, we're all being nice and safe inside. But they're telling you to stay at home and use this more. Facebook's president was just talking about how your time equals currency. That's currency exchange 101. The more time you're spending on this, watching the LeBrons, watching the Don Cheadles, watching the presidential debates, watching all these things, which actually correlate 100% of the time, because it's all this. I don't like to say 1%, but it is. It's these people who are making a lot of money off of the state of things.
It's even like a 0.01.
Yeah, even then.
Small.
People who are like up there touching the $1 billion range, and they're making more money in the last year than they ever have, and we're making less money than we ever have in society, in history, actually, being the middle class.
Speaking of spending time on your phone nowadays, one of the biggest markets is just content. So now it's like you either pretty much have to be making it or you're consuming it. And even if you're making it, you still to a certain degree have to consume it to understand your market, to understand your audience, to see what, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just content create and literally not look at anyone else's shit. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way anymore. It's the way it is you are plugged in if you want to be successful in this system, which you don't have to be. We can go to Costa Rica and stuff if we want, which, I mean, you and I do want that eventually in the future. But for now, we enjoy the game, and we're learning how to play it, and we are playing it, I would say, successfully. But there are those who don't know how to play it or aren't playing it successfully, and the depression's insane. Their life fulfillment is gone because they changed the rules. Oh, hold up. My boy froze out. Come back for us, Shane. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. Mr. Jabari. Coming in hot. I'm just gonna keep the video going. I'm gonna keep the video going, but I stopped the recording, so you could just edit this out later or use it for BTS.
Hey, we were in a great flow.
Like, see, this is where you and I live. This is all being recorded still, by the way, on the camera.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that beats your drill there. All right, fuck Wi-Fi. Let's keep going.
Okay.
So I think I was just talking about how they changed the rules of the game. Talk about that, Shane. And you have to either be on the flow or not, because they're still making money. They're gonna keep making money.
Yeah, so you've got people that systematically want to change the way you live, and it's kind of up to you to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be cool with this. I'm just gonna. This is for my best interest." You're one of those people who's really bought in. You're like, "Fuck my liberty. Like, I just want security." And if you're a person like that, then you're just like, I guess this new normal, whatever that means, is the life that I'm gonna succumb to because the security is really what I value.
Isn't that selfish though? Even though they think it's for the greater good, isn't that selfish?
And you see, the problem with it is because they think that security is for the greater good, but we as historians know that liberty,
freedom is always better.
Yeah, the freedom is always it has never not been better, and the problem is historically once you give up the liberties, you never get them back.
No,
like they don't just go handing them back to you. Like,
and it's always a little at a time too, and you can see this through any dictatorship. And I don't like to talk about Nazi Germany, but I mean that's a great example. So is Soviet Union, Russia, so is China. You give up a little bit and it's a slippery slope, and that's what America is right now. It's a very slippery slope. We keep complaining about things, they keep putting in laws. We keep complaining about things, now they put in more laws. We keep complaining about things, now policy is the thing it is. And
now get this. So when I was coming back from Mexico this last time, I'm going through the airport, right? And they have me doing all this extra bullshit. Now, not including
coming back to America.
Coming back to America. Before I even get to my even get to where they're like TSA, all that, just getting like my boarding pass.
Yeah.
They having me going like, bro, I had at least 4 extra protocols due to COVID. And I'm like, bro, how much more liberty are we going to give up for this fake ass security regarding like flights?
Can we talk about that? Stay there. It's all for COVID.
Yeah,
it's all for COVID.
Because I'm like, bro, I literally just handed these people a sheet of paper. They didn't fucking look at it. Like, they just made me do all this extra shit. Like, I had to go on an app, sign a paper, get a paper for my hotel, do all this stupid shit, and they didn't even look at it.
That's how you know it's not for COVID.
Yeah, they're just making you do extra shit for the fuck of it, just like the TSA. Like, I tell people all the time, like, 9/11 was like the government's wet dream, just so they could take.
Well, they still talk about that now. They talk about that right now. The policy that they put in place for it, and it was sold to us as this idea of we want to protect you guys more, and we all bought into it. Even I, as a little kid, was like, oh, my family, this, that, and that. Let's protect our liberty. At the end of the day, we all regret what we were talking about, and then we get the whistleblowers coming out about NSA and all these things like that.
Right.
Acting like we didn't choose that. We chose that.
Exactly. and now it's like I have to get violated for no reason. Like, these motherfuckers aren't helping anyone. Like, stop. No. Like, they're literally like, oh, you can have a bottle of lotion that's 4 ounces, but not 8 ounces. Like, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like,
so what's your thoughts on that though? So you and I, being intellectual people, we know the government has no control over if COVID's gonna die or not. We're adults, but that's what they're selling us.
Yeah, and they wanna keep selling you that because they don't want you to actually be healthy, because a lot of our economy runs off the healthcare
Of
industry,
course,
which makes money
pharmaceuticals
off
make bank.
which makes money off you being sick.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna tell you to do a bunch of unhealthy shit,
Hmm.
and tell you that it makes you safer. And
Yeah.
because it's our best interest, because it's gonna make us money. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like and that's pretty much all it comes down to, is we're gonna make money. So like, fuck you. And
So
obviously everyone that has money is like, well, obviously I wouldn't do that because I have money and I know that like that's not facts. Like, I'm
if
gonna keep.
if you can see one good thing, because I can argue about this all night about them. What's one good thing do you think that is coming from quarantine? Because I have a few.
I feel like there's more people that understand, like the people who understand liberty are more on the same accordance. So
Yeah.
you've got, because all the people that are pretty much like, fuck my liberty, I just care about security,
Yeah.
like they're pretty much done, son. Like they're where they're gonna be.
They don't even want to talk to other people. They're terrified. They're
Right.
disgusted by humanity.
They're
Yeah.
they are, that ship for them has sailed.
Hmm.
But in terms of, I feel like in a way it's kind of funny, but it's like their group is unified because they're with the other people that are
Yeah, that's true.
afraid, and they're all like, we're afraid together. Like,
Yeah, of
come
course.
on, like we're afraid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then all the people that are like liberty focused, and
Yeah.
they're like, no, we need our freedom, friend. All those people are like, yo, I got your back. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like they better not try to take your freedom. Like,
And
you
one
know what I'm saying?
second
So
to support you really quickly. We're not using fallacies. We're talking generalized because for the most part, when we're talking about the world, it's hard to talk about individuals because
yeah.
that's the issue right there. We're focused on the generalized consensus of the population, and I think that's the issue. That's why we quarantine everybody. We're not talking individualistically about how people interact with people on a day-to-day basis. Like for you, for instance, Shane, you yourself, you travel a lot. I mean, it's not like you travel unhealthily and everything, but who are we to say, okay, just stop that and corral you and put you in a freaking cage for the betterment of something that might happen? It hasn't happened,
right.
but what might
Right.
happen? You see how that's kind of like, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And it's a thing I have the biggest problem with, because
Yeah.
I have no problem if you're super afraid and you want to quarantine. That's
Which is
perfectly
fine, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
by all means, like do you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna tell you how
Yeah.
to live, but don't insinuate that I need to live how you say I should live, because
Yeah.
you think that it could possibly make things safer for everyone else. Like and
Yeah.
the crazy thing about it is, the thing that's really gonna make everyone safer, which is why I keep getting censored on Facebook, is improving your health.
Oh,
And-
110%.
and you know what I'm saying? And every time I
Yeah.
post, I post
Something,
on
yeah.
Facebook, like I posted my supplements this past
Mhm,
week, and my
mhm.
supplements are fire.
You do have some fire supplements. You and Anna
Like,
between
I-
each other.
Like I couldn't get sick if I swam in a pool of
Yeah.
shit. Like, and it's
Yeah.
and it's I put that out there, and of course, like my reach is just pressed.
Well, you know why?
And-
It's hard once you become somebody who is self-sufficient and alive to make money. It's hard to make money off of that. It's hard to make money off you. It's hard to make money off somebody who has their diet together. It's hard to make money off of somebody who knows neurogenesis and they're not going to deteriorate their brain. Because you're out there in nature. You're out there breathing that fresh prana.
Right.
It's
And-
yeah, keep going. What are you going to say?
It's funny that you bring that up, because
Yeah.
you're exactly right. Like, if everyone was just living off the earth, like if everyone just had their own little piece of land, was in like a nice,
I farm
area,
myself. Yeah, like you can't make money
you know-
off of that.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make money off.
That's
that.
why it's
Like,
illegal
it'd be
to
like-
have
it'd be like-
unpasteurized milk, because that you can't do your own stuff. Stop. That's why it's hard to farm really in the city. They
Yeah.
make it illegal. They make it hard. They make it all these things, and
Yeah, they don't want you living El Natural.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
but it can be done. That's the issue. Like
Oh,
you see me, I have a farm in the backyard. Shane is living very healthy, and he is traveling amongst COVID. People say it's impossible to do. You and Navjot were talking about how the stigma of traveling to Mexico. There's the danger is only as much danger as it is here. People are always scared about what might happen.
I think it's less.
I think it's even less so. Like,
I think it's
what
less
might
dangerous.
happen
Like,
is what's dangerous. What's in your head is the most dangerous thing. What could be, that's fear. 99% of the problems are all illusion.
right. And a lot of people live their life based on these worry. You know, they worry about this, they worry about that. I find a lot of people, if they're not worried about, you know, these like overline like politics or their health or something like that, then they're worried about what people think.
There's always
And I
something.
feel and I feel like for a person like you and me, we're kind of just like
No.
like you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
all that stuff really doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, whatever obstacles are put in your way, you're either gonna find a way to get around or over them, or you're just gonna stop. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's no reason to worry about
That's
it.
the
Like
only issue. And I
you
was
know what
I
I'm
was trying to tell
saying?
everybody about that cuz like they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you have COVID." I'm like, "Why? The worst that could ever happen is that I die. That's not even that
Yeah,
bad to me. Like, you know,
fact.
that's all you're scared of is just dying from this sickness. And that's really the sad truth. No one wants to talk about it. No, it's this, it's that, it's this. No, you're just scared to die.
Hmm. Or you're scared to see people you love die.
Or
You know,
you're everybody is scared of things ending. But you know what the real truth is? You're gonna die.
yeah. And the truth is, endings are good.
They're not
Like,
bad things. Who taught you they're bad? Because you're not living a fulfilled life? That goes full circle now. So stop being scared and go freaking live. Freaking
right,
fucking. I like
right.
cussing. What the fuck am I doing? Go
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
live. Get out there. Like
Fucking live.
your fear ultimately is the full circle of why you're afraid. You're afraid to not live and you're not living because you're afraid.
Bro.
like like no, but like that's why I commend you because that's why we get along very well. You're not
Yeah,
you're unapologetically living your life. Me and you
right,
will argue and talk, but at the end of the day, that doesn't affect us.
right, right. And it's just like living on all the chords. Like I say what I want. Like you know what I'm saying? I do what I want. Like you
Because
know,
why? You're no one else is gonna say it but you.
right. And it's like why the fuck wouldn't you? Like you know what
Why
I'm saying?
not though? Why not?
Like the opportunity cost
yeah,
of not living that way
yeah,
is so great. Like I imagine
yeah.
the majority of people that are these security people when they are about to die are going to be filled with regret because there's going to be
100%.
a lot of oh maybe I could have oh I think I've it's just going to be a
Yeah,
bunch of that and it's like bro if you would have just done what you wanted to do and just stop worried about what could happen and just do that shit like there would be you would have no questions. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm
yeah.
ready to go, Captain. Get me the fuck out of here!"
Yeah,
Like,
I'm more scared of that. I'm more scared about this is more about fulfillment, I guess, than COVID. But I'm more scared of
yeah,
not living a fulfilled life in my own eyes, no one else's,
right, right,
than
right,
dying. Because I know I can feel it right now. I feel what 50 years old feels like in my hands, and not doing anything that I'm currently doing now. I can imagine not doing what I'm currently doing and being
yeah,
50. I would
yeah.
be like, fuck, man. I only have maybe 50 more years, and I'm done.
Facts. Like
Maybe.
I couldn't imagine like sitting. I couldn't imagine being like looking back on my life. Say I'm even 35. Look back. Oh
It's
man,
weird.
I should have moved to LA in my
Yeah.
20s. Like I should have tried my like what, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? Go
Yeah.
do it. Like you know what
Just
I'm
do
saying?
it. And we're not saying do
Like you
what
know,
we're doing. Like, go get that fucking family if you want to. Go talk to that girl.
yeah,
Don't sit on here. That's not gonna do shit for you. Except
yeah.
maybe you'll pop one off by yourself. Like,
Yeah,
that's
go
not
jump
fulfilling.
in the ocean. Just do whatever.
Do it.
Like,
Like, scare yourself. You might die. That's the fun
yeah,
part about
yeah.
it.
And honestly, I think the more people
Yeah.
get into spirituality,
Mhm.
because I mean, for me, I've been studying death like since I had
You
internet
have to
access, and
contemplate it, meditate it.
and
Mhm.
I've been contemplating. I've been like, yo,
What
and
is it?
honestly, since about I was like 16, I
Yeah.
was like. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was really like worried about it before, like because I used to have dreams, so many
Yeah.
dreams about dying like all the time, and I see
Yeah.
myself die like thousands of times.
Yeah.
And
What
I
was
was
that
like,
like for you?
it was very interesting. Like I was like, it wasn't really scary. I was like, interesting. But I have certain dreams where like I would get like brutally murdered, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to be brutally. Like this kind of like really hurt.
The pain.
But
That's
just
what people are
yeah,
scared of. Yeah.
yeah. The pain is really what I didn't want. But the actual idea of not being here, I was cool with. I was like, I'm cool with not being here.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
It's that very temporary state of being, which is pain, that we're afraid of.
yeah. Which is probably the same pain that people are afraid of who like refuse to work out.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like the people who refuse to get out of their comfort zone and eat some healthier food. Like that could be
Or somebody
that
who's
could be
somebody who's afraid to go
yeah,
talk to a girl because they don't want the heartache. Pain
right.
is the only doorway. Nothing else really freaking matters. And pain's attachment. Your idea of
Yeah,
pain is that I don't want this to get injured. Ow. Like,
yeah.
get past it, and then like you're a god, you're immortal. They don't want that though. They
Right,
don't want
right. I
that.
mean, they don't want you to get your Naruto on and face all this pain, talking about, oh, and you too shall know. Like, talking about
Oh my
Rasengan. I got my Naruto jacket on too. This is a Bari special.
Oh my god. Wow, that was a flow state moment. I gotta say
Yeah.
something though, Shane.
What's up?
I am not no goddamn expert on any of the shit we just talked about.
Yeah, I am not a spiritual therapist.
No, no, no. Nor am I a world leader, and do I have the answers of how you should actually quarantine. But you know,
Yeah.
it's
No, nor am
issues
I
are
a politician who claims to know science.
Yeah. Neither are fucking they, because clearly when the
Right?
science says don't wear a mask in the beginning, no, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna go. We're not gonna go into.
Yeah, no, no. Don't give him too much truth. Don't give him too much truth.
Anyways, wow, we're pumping those out. That's 2 in a week. That's what we
Yes,
need to start.
sir.
That's what we need to
Hey,
start
hey,
doing.
hey, guys, we coming in strong. that Dirk is back healthy. You see,
Oh, yeah,
that
baby.
glimmer in his eyes.
That attack's coming in hot. Anyways, I hope you guys have a nice, beautiful rest of your evening.
Yes. Cheers and much love.